amazing. It's amazing. All right, let's jump into it. Listen, the way you feel about failure is determined by how you feel about yourself. The way you feel about failure is determined by how you feel about yourself, because you only fear failure. You only fear failure when there's a fear on how you would respond, right? How you will respond to whatever comes your way. Meaning you don't have the enough trust within yourself that when you fail, you don't have the ability to adjust to that failure, right? You don't have the ability to adjust to that failure. So I fear failure because I don't have the ability. I actually fear the ability that what if I'm incapable of making the adjustment? What if I'm incapable of adjusting to whatever comes my way? So I don't want to fail because I don't understand myself. Let's think about this. We only fear failure. You only fear it when you have a fear on how you will respond to it. If you don't trust yourself in a real way and saying, you know what, I trust myself that I'm able to adapt and adjust to whatever comes my way. I actually know myself and how I respond to adversity. Then why would you fear something why would you fear something that's part of success? Why would you fear something that's part of being a human being? Why would you fear something that gets you to where you want to go, right? Hey, I'm going to build this car. It didn't work. It failed. Hey, I'm going to make this move. It didn't work. It failed. Hey, I'm supposed to do this. It didn't work. It failed. And then you keep doing it until you get it right. That's part of every process of being a human being. Every part of being a human being. We do things and then we fail. You only fear failure when you don't really understand yourself. You only fear failure in a real way. In a real way. Think about it. In a real way. The thing that helps me. The thing that helps me learn. The thing that helps me grow. The thing that helps, it's part of success. I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of that. Am I really afraid of that? Or am I afraid of how I will respond to whatever comes my way? Am I really afraid of that? Or am I afraid of how I will react when that happens? Am I capable to adjust when that happens? Will I be emotionally unstable when that happens? Will I get discouraged when that happens? Do I fear something that's part of success? Or is it fear in how I feel about myself when I experience that? Because we all know we've done it, right? We all done it. Everything. We learn how to drive. When you've learned anything, you learn a language. Anything that you learn a job. You work at a job. If you feared failure, people won't get new jobs, right? You just be like, well, it is what it is. I don't want to fail at this new job. You're going to fail at the job. You're going to do something. Hey, that's not the right way to do it. Do it like this. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I'm new. Right? Or any situation, you're new to something, you accept it. But when it comes to betting on yourself, when it comes to making moves, when it comes to going all in, when it comes to certain things about yourself, you're like, oh, well, I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of that. But I'm not afraid to get a new job, or I'm not afraid to do something that what? Right? I'm not afraid to try a new restaurant. This is what people say. I'm not afraid to go to a new restaurant and then go get some new food or order something different I don't normally order. There's a strong possibility that you're going to fail, meaning that you're going to eat, right? You're going to eat and you're not going to like the food. There's a strong possibility you may not like that food. However, you're willing to take that chance. And then when you don't like it, now you've learned, I'm not ordering that again. I'm not coming to this place again. Or let me look at the menu, see if I can get something else. But we're not doing it like that. We don't view it. We don't view betting on ourselves like that. We don't view starting our businesses like that or going all in on ourselves like that, because we say there's a high consequence There's more of a consequence if you fail at this position or you fail this way. Or we don't take that chance. We don't leave that environment. We don't do certain things that we know that we need to do because we're afraid of failure. But is it failure that we're afraid, or is it how we're going to respond when we experience that failure? I don't know myself. I don't understand myself. I don't know what moves to make. So then I'm afraid to take any action, because when I inevitably fail, I'm just going to sit there and move with hesitation, move with doubt, move with insecurities. You guys getting this? Is this making any sense at all, fam? Give me some fire emojis if this is making any sense to you at all. Give me some fire emojis. Give me some fire emojis. We can't fear something we fear something that's part of growth. We fear something that's part of growth. We fear something that's part of awareness. We fear something that does not make sense, to fear the thing that allows us to learn. It doesn't make sense to fear the thing that allows us to grow. It doesn't make sense to fear something that expands your awareness, expands your mind, right? So we don't fear that unless we fear how we will respond to certain things. I don't know myself. I don't understand myself. I don't trust myself. Therefore, I don't trust how I will respond to whatever comes my way. I don't trust that I have the ability to adjust. I don't trust that I have the energy to adjust. I don't trust that I have the capability to do this. So because of that, I see myself. And because I know myself, I secretly know myself. Now when it comes to jumping into the unknown, or there's a strong possibility something would fail, one does not take that opportunity. Right? Hey, I don't want to do this. Even though it's best for me, I might fail. And that's not the problem of failing. I just don't think I have the capability to adjust my way out of that position if that fails. So I'm always looking to make moves. Check this, fam. Check this. This is the mind of someone who's moving with hesitation. This is good. I'm always looking to make moves that on step one, if I fail... this is great. This is great. This is great because this is the first time I'm breaking it down like this. This is a mind that does not understand itself. Because I don't understand myself, I don't know myself, right? As in, I don't trust myself within the unknown, but I know myself what I'm doing within the known, right? I know myself in the known. I know what I'm not doing, right? I know what I'm not doing. I know how I respond to adversity. I know how much I fear certain things about myself, right? I don't really trust myself because of it. So I will do things that on step one, right? On step one doesn't have a huge consequence, right? I'm going to do things that only level one does not have a huge consequence. If I were to fail, it won't be as a big deal, right? In your mind, you start thinking, okay, what can I do that on a level one has a small failure rate that would allow me to just, would not have me having to make adjustments, right? Would not get me to make adjustments or having to adapt. So let me do something that only on step one I can do that wouldn't allow me to fail. I know this. I want to be in the known. So I'm only going to make moves that a step one is in the known. I don't know if you guys getting this. I really don't know if you guys getting this. And I'm excited because this is the first time I'm breaking it down like this. When we look at level one, and I say level one because, there's steps to things, right? You do something, you fail. Now you got to adapt and adjust. You do something, you fail, you got to adapt and adjust. You do something, you fail, you got to adapt and adjust. If I do things only, hey, I'm just going to do things within the known, then I'm repeating the same cycle at all times. Everything I look to do is only to be at level 1. Because I do not want to go to level 2, because level 2 will require me. There's a strong possibility that I'm going to fail going to level 2, but I don't trust myself enough to adapt and adjust to be able to survive at level 2, because there's never ending problems at level 2. Level 3, forget about it. I'm constantly having to make adjustments, but I don't even trust myself enough to make the adjustments because of how I live my lifestyle, what I do on the day-to-day, what I prioritize, how I feel about myself. How I feel about myself will determine how I feel about failure. How I feel about myself will determine how I feel about failure. Because failure is an illusion. I'm sorry. Fear is an illusion. Fear is an illusion, right? And what creates that illusion? What creates that illusion is me. And I know me. I secretly know me, so I don't trust me. I know what I'm not doing. I know what I know, and I know what I don't know, and I know how I respond to things. I know how I secretly respond to things. So I don't trust myself, that I assume that if I were to go to level 2, it's a never-ending game of adjustments, and I'm not prepared for that. So I'm only going to do things at the lowest level. So I'm creating these fears based on where I am at this moment in my life. I'm creating fears based on where I am. I'm creating these fears where I am in my life right now. Fear is an illusion. So I'm creating the illusion. I'm an architect of my own illusions. I'm designing these illusions. But what is the mentality that's designing these illusions? I'm writing it out. This is the blueprint of my life. Here's all the fears in my life. And depending on how you feel about yourself will determine how you feel about failure. Because it's so silly to fear something that actually expands your awareness. Like to fear something that's part of the process. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. And we can't say that we're not aware of this because we know this, right? We do this in all areas of our life. You know, you do something, you look to figure it out. This didn't work out right. Okay, let's do it like this then. But at the smallest scale, at level 1. So we do this at level 1 because we have the energy to do it at level 1. I don't know if you're getting this. I don't know if you're getting this, fam, because I'm breaking it down as I think it, as it's coming out my head. I'm just speaking it. And I can't look at the camera because I don't know. I feel like I see it so clear. I only do things at the level 1 because level 1 doesn't require me to be in a never-ending game of adjustments. It doesn't allow me to be in a never-ending problem-solving game because I don't think I have the capability to solve problems. I don't think I have the energy to solve problems. I don't think I have I don't trust myself. I don't trust myself. I think I'm going to get overly, I'm going to allow things to just fail and that's it because I'm not going to want to make adjustments. And because I secretly know myself, because I know many times this can be confusing because I said earlier in the live, I don't know myself. And then I'm saying now, well, I know myself, right? I know myself. I know myself. I know what I don't know. I know my work ethic. I know how I respond to things. I know the fears that I've created and the limitations that are in my mind. I know this. Because I know this, I do not trust myself, right? So now the mind says I don't trust myself. Like I don't have any trust in myself Like, I don't think, like, I know when I fail is going to hurt me. I know when I fail is going to destroy me. I know when I fail, it's like, man, what, we start thinking, well, but what if, but what's going to happen? But what if this happens? Again, we project the future based on how we feel about ourselves in a moment, right? So we look at things. You're right. I'm not even overthinking. I want you guys to get it. I'm not overthinking if you guys are getting it or not. I just want you guys to get it. You're right. I shouldn't be saying that. However, I want you guys to get it so bad because it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. You guys getting this? Give me some fire emojis. Give me some fire emojis if you guys are with me. Give me some fire emojis, fam. Give me some fire emojis. Oh, man. This is funny. Who's on here? Oh, man. Let me see. Let me scroll up. Save this live. I will always save this live. It will go up on my YouTube channel. Read up on the comments. We're getting it. Yo, you guys got it. I've been ignoring the comments. All right, cool. You guys are all right, cool. Cool. So I only fear something and follow along. So now I'm doing things. I'm creating an entire life. Remember, these fears are coming from what? From myself, right? I'm creating this entire life based on where I am at this moment right now, and how I feel about myself will determine how I feel about failure, right? Think about it. Because the thing that's a part of growth, the thing that's part of awareness, the thing that's part of success, I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of doing what has allowed us to live for millions of years as a species. Hey, is this edible? You eat it, you get poison in food, right? You get poison in the stomach and you feel sick for a day. You're like, oh man, I ate something. I don't know what is this, right? We can't eat this. Every time we eat this, you want to try this? The guy gets sick too. Everybody gets sick. So we're like, yo, can we eat this? Can we not? We'll do it again tomorrow. Maybe that was a rotten one. Then we eat it again. It's like, oh, you know what? We can't eat this. We keep getting sick every time we eat this. We keep trying it again. We keep eating it again, doing it again. Like we do it again. And we're like, you know what? We're not eating this. I don't know what this is called, but this is not good for our body. And then we'll do something else. We'll eat an apple. We'll eat whatever it is. What's edible? What's not? The thing that's edible, we eat it. Oh, this is good. This gave me more energy. Try this. Oh, this is good too. So there's good versions of this. And there's not so good versions of this, right? There's healthy versions of it and there's no healthy version of it. But we can't eat that because every time we eat that stick, every time we chew on that stick, it doesn't do well for our body. But every time we eat this is great. Okay, cool. Now we have that part of the thing. What else? What else is edible? What else is not? Like, what else just think about the beginning of times as human beings, how we were hunt. And there's part of the meat that we recognize once we got, whatever it is we was eating, a gazelle or whatever it is, let's just say, right? Or a bison, we cut down the bison and there's parts that we would eat and there's other parts that we're like, well, this is not so good. Like, this is not good for us. We can eat this part, but we can't eat that part. We can, cut this part here. Like, we will learn through failure. Like, even to hunt in the first place, we had to learn how to do that. We had to set up traps, learn certain traps that would work, right? We had to learn how to manipulate fire. We didn't know how to manipulate fire in the very beginning. So then we had to figure that part out. Then we learned how to manipulate fire and use it, right? Use it. Hey, we could use this as light. We could use this as, as something to get warm. We can use this to attack. We can use this for so many things. We can use this for so many things. So we had to learn how to manipulate fire, but that didn't just happen, right? You don't fear something that I didn't fear if I can do it or not, right? You don't fear that. Can I really do this? Can I really start this fire? Can I really do that? No, you just do it. Like you do it until you know how to do it. It's a skill. So we do this, and this is what we do as human beings. Why we've been around for millions and millions and millions of years, right? Whatever how long, right? I don't know the exact number. Forever how long we've been existing as human beings. We've been adjusting and adapting our way to the position we're at now. We created a cell phone, and at one moment it was a big ass cell phone. Another one you had to be connected to a booth, and then another one you had to only the home line, and then now now I'm talking to you on this cell phone. Like, how did that happen? Because we failed our way to this point. You fail forward. We fail forward. That's what we do as human beings. So I fear the thing that's actually going to get me more aware. No, I don't fear that at all. I fear how I respond to the thing that's going to help me move forward. I fear how I respond, right? I fear the thing that I will respond, how I respond. I fear the thing that's going to bring me more awareness, because I don't fear that, right? I don't fear that. I fear how I respond to that, because I secretly know myself on how I react to things, right? I secretly know what I'm not doing, right? My mind does not, I'm not registering that as a level of importance. I don't see that as a level of importance. And then you see people, but what if I do this and then it ends up doing that, and I end up doing this and I end up in this position? Because you know that there's a strong possibility that can happen for you. There's a strong possibility that can happen for you because of how you respond to things, how you respond and react to things. Isn't that interesting? There's a strong possibility that can happen to me, and your mind naturally goes to that direction because of how you feel about yourself right now. It's like, the thing that helps me grow, the thing that will make me more aware, the greatest teacher of them all. I don't want to be a student to the greatest teacher of them all. I don't want to be a student of the greatest teacher of them all, which is failure. I do not want to be a student for that. I'm not here to sit in that class. I don't want to sit in that class. I don't want to sit in the class with the teacher who's the greatest teacher of them all. Why would I not want to sit in that class? Why? Because I don't like the teacher? It's how I feel about myself. I don't think I can learn the information from this teacher. I don't think I have the ability to learn from this teacher. I think the teacher's going to tell me some super complex things, but I know myself. I know how I feel about myself. That this is just too complex. It's rocket science. So I don't want to sit in the class and learn rocket science. But what if I don't comprehend? What if I get in the way of what it actually takes? What if I go to level 2? Those of you who were on know what I'm talking about level 2, right? We only do things until, level 1, we got it under control. But what if I go to level 2 and just destroy it all? Because of my inability to what? My lack of energy to what? My lack of education to what? What if I go to level 2 and destroy everything? Because the greatest teacher of them all, no matter what they know, no matter what they're going to teach me, I don't have the ability to comprehend this information. What if I comprehend it wrong? What if I don't get it? What if it sounds like a different language to me? So now I'm stuck in level 2, And now if I go back to level 1, what is everybody going to think of me? What is everybody going to say? Like, I went all this, I thought I can do this, but then what if I can't comprehend what is being said on level 2, the greatest teacher of them all? Then I have to go back to 0. What if I go back to 0? These are things that people think about, right? But it's how you feel about yourself that's creating that, that's projecting that. Because if you knew that you are in full control over how you respond, if you knew that that failure is the greatest teacher of them all, if you actually knew this, hey, I know this, right? I know this, right? Then there will be no hesitation. You will move with, you will make calculated risk. You'll take calculated risk, right? You start planning things out. You're like, all right, this is what I'm going to do, right? I have a plan, but then everybody has a plan. Like Mike Tyson says, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. Now I'm going to get punched in the face. I'm going to get punched in the face. So you start making moves knowing I'm going to get punched in the face, but this is how I adjust to this, adjust to that. But the people who say, yes, I'm going to learn by getting punched in the face, but I don't know if I can handle getting punched in the face. What if it hurts? What if I cry? What if I get a black and blue? What are everybody going to say about me if I get a black and blue? I fear the greatest, I fear, and I don't want to be a student of the greatest teacher of them all. Why is that? Because of how I feel about myself. Now, a mind that does not know itself in the real way, doesn't know what it's doing, is not aware. Okay, because I keep confusing. The mind that is not aware of itself, as in aware of itself as a whole, aware of what it's doing, doesn't really understand. And if I don't understand, I don't trust myself because I don't really understand. I'm not aware, right? I'm not aware of what I'm doing as a whole, but I know what I'm not doing. I know how I respond to things. I know how I do certain things. I know this, right? I know myself. I see myself behind the scenes when nobody's doing anything. When nobody's seeing me, I mean, like when nobody's looking, when nobody's watching. So I'm going to design my life that I can only be in a level 1 until I build myself up, until I somehow become more stronger. It's like, it's not about that. It's about understanding that once you know, hey, I have the ability, once you know this, I have the ability to adjust to whatever comes my way. I am ready to handle whatever comes my way. You will never fear failure. You will be a student of that class. You will sit down and say, teacher, I don't understand right now, but I have the ability to understand because I'm a human being. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to take notes and I'm going to figure this thing out. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to do it until the greatest teacher of them all. Right? You're going to sit down in the class of failure and the teacher's like, yo, listen, this is what's going to happen. And you're like, okay, cool. Let's take notes on that. Let's prepare on that. Let's adjust. Let's observe. Let's develop more skills. When you realize that it doesn't matter what happens, what matters most is how you respond. And then you know how you respond to things. You know that, okay, I'm prepared to respond to whatever it is that comes my way. You won't fear the thing that's part of your growth that would help you grow, become more aware. It doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. You guys getting this? You guys loving this? You guys are loving this? Give me some heart emojis if you're loving this. You know what? Give me some heart with the mixed with the fire emojis. I see some of you guys doing that. I love that emoji. The heart mixed with the fire. I never used that one. Let me see. Let me see the heart mix. Where do you find that one at? this is deep. Let me see. Heart. I don't even have that one. I'm looking to post it here. I don't even have that one. Fine. Let me see. I don't. Oh, yeah, I do have it. I'm putting in fire emojis on my own live. Pretty bad. Emoji recap. A bison, an apple, blue, black and blue, punch in the face. Got it. I like that. I like that. Every live, you got to come up with the emoji recap now. That's your job. These things that we learn, these things that we just think about, it just makes sense, man. All right, fam, I'm out of here. I love you guys. I'm going to post a replay to this on my YouTube channel. Go check out yesterday's live. Go check out the last 2 days. They were great lives. This week, we've been dropping amazing lives this week. So go ahead and go check that out. This will be up later today. Go check it out. I love you guys. Yo, have a great day. I appreciate you. I love you. I'm out of here. Peace.